Welcome back, and we welcome to the program David Reich for the first time here on Currently in Quincy, but not the first time for the folks from the Quincy Climate Action Network to talk about Solarize Quincy, if you're not familiar with it, the initiative to encourage folks to install solar panels on their homes here in Quincy. That program has concluded very successfully, I might add. David, welcome. Thank you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here. We should talk, I guess, first of all, for folks who don't know, about QCAN, Quincy Climate Action Network, and what it is, what its mission is.
Well, our mission is to encourage the use of renewable energy by Quincy residents, businesses, and the city government, and also to encourage the conservation of energy and energy efficiency, again, by the city government and by residents and businesses here.
Relatively new organizationally, about 3 years old,
Correct.
And you've had tremendous success in a very short period of time. You really have. Talk about, first of all, the Solarize Quincy initiative and how that came to be.
Well, Solarize Quincy is to some degree a creature of Quincy Climate Action Network. Our first board chair, Patty Kevel, called the city government's attention to Solarize, which is a state program. It's run out of the Mass Clean Energy Center and the Department of Energy Resources. And Quincy applied unsuccessfully for grants under the Solarize program a couple of years running. And after that, after those two unsuccessful attempts, it was called to our attention that the state wanted to be convinced that Quincy was a good market for solar. And QCAN and the city gathered names over a period of about 6 months in person and online, and we came up with about 500 plus names of people who were at least interested in having their houses assessed for solar. And I think that helped convince the state, and we won the grant this time.
Third time was the charm, right?
That's right.
Yeah. And then the program really took off from there.
Well, QCAN supplied a lot of volunteer energy. We had people at events, at supermarkets, again, taking names.
Yep, the farmer's market I know you were at.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And we tried to maintain a pretty good presence in the media by sending out press releases. We had one every few weeks, and got a lot of coverage. And the Solarize program also had banners and signs out that were pretty effective advertisement.
Yes, very prominently displayed across the city, yeah. And in the end, over 113 systems, solar systems.
That's right, for a total capacity of 622 point something kilowatts.
Which, I mean, compared to other communities, is that considered high? Is that
it's one of the most successful programs in the history of Solarize Massachusetts.
Wow.
There have been about 3 rounds, and this was certainly the most successful in this third round. Yeah.
Well, do you think it'll happen again? Will it come back to the city?
I don't know if Solarize Massachusetts will renew. Certainly, we've provided solar to a lot of the people who are interested. But I also think that even without the Solarize program, that solar is an awfully good deal for homeowners if you have the right orientation, if your house has a south-facing roof.
Right, so they could look into it on their own initiative and do it themselves. Yeah.
But I think people who do run the numbers will find that solar power, if you buy the installation, will pay itself off within 5 or 6 years. Maybe a little quicker with the good prices that we got for Solarize, but even without it, I think it's a great deal.
Right. Now, part of the program also included a free solar power system for a nonprofit organization in Quincy. So where does that stand right now?
Well, we're still working on the selection. about a dozen nonprofits were nominated, and they have been assessed as to the appropriateness of their facility for solar, whether they have the right orientation on their roofs again.
Okay.
And I think we're going to select a winner pretty soon. It's once we've eliminated the people who don't have good locations for solar, we'll put the others into a hat and pick a name.
Oh, okay, the good old-fashioned lottery system.
That's right.
Okay, probably by the end of the year, do you think?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
would think so. Yeah.
Okay, and they get a complete system installed and
5 kilowatt system.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be donated by Solar Flare,
Okay.
which is the installer for Solarize Quincy.
right, Massachusetts-based. I've had a chance to meet a couple of the principals from
Yes,
that
absolutely.
agency.
They're in
Ashland.
Ashland.
Yes,
That's it.
yeah. Are they currently in the city making installations now? Yeah.
Absolutely. They of the 113 systems that have been contracted for, they've already installed 22, and 15 have been connected to the grid already, so they're generating electricity for the homeowners. And they expect to have another, let's put it this way, they expect to have a total of 70 installed by the end of the year.
Wow, okay.
Maybe a little more if the weather is cooperates.
Unsnowy, yeah, exactly. Now, does a solar system, David, provide all the electricity that a homeowner would need?
Well, obviously solar is an intermittent resource. The sun shines some of the time, and it certainly doesn't shine at night.
Right.
So you're going to be drawing power from the grid at certain times, but the way these systems were sized, they should net out to provide almost all or all of the power that every household needs.
Okay. And in fact, if there's extra, they could make money at it.
If there's extra, you can either apply it toward a future bill or apply it to the bill of someone else that you know who lives within the same district. That is, anyone else who gets electricity from National Grid
Right.
can benefit from that if you have a surplus.
Right. We should let folks know QCAN meets the second Wednesday of every month, and your next meeting is the 14th, next Wednesday, at Manna Community Health Center up on C Street.
Correct.
And that's at 7 p.m., so folks can stop by if they have questions and learn more, or go to your website, right, qcan.org
Absolutely.
as well.
And we're always recruiting new members.
Sure.
So please come.
All right. Appreciate your time. Great to talk to you.
Pleasure to be here, Joe.
You're welcome. Another quick break on the program. Back with some more community information in just a moment.
Liz was fun and smart and beautiful.
She started experimenting, doing pills.
And then